This is Sherry from Twisted Granny Tarot. I hope y'all are having a good night tonight. We're ready to do Virgo. Virgo, it's your turn for 2025. And I have a lot of high hopes for you. Isn't that interesting? I don't know why that split that way, but there's where it went, so there must be a reason. Okay, so right this second, what I'm going to tell you is, this is you've probably seen this before. I hope you've seen it before. This is the YouTube tarot video that uses an astrology pattern to read tarot with. Each one of these slots has a label on it. The Babylonians labeled them after categories of a person's life, like their children, their home, their money, their career. So we're going to put these cards down in these slots, and they're going to tell us what's going on in those houses. So we can cover a lot of ground with this and warn you or prepare you for what you need to know. Okay? Now, in the meantime, my friend Link makes this calendar. Whoopsie, it's called a Year and a Day calendar. And he researches ancient rituals and gods and goddesses of antiquity. And it's just really interesting. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to read off one of the items of interest in his calendar that is dated, in this case, as November the 14th. Now, this sounds like a good example, because on November the 14th, according to this calendar, Druidic Feast of the Musicians. Woo, well, we haven't talked about Druids ever, and they're kind of scarce. There aren't too many of them around, and they keep it secret for very good reasons, I'm sure. I just don't know what they are. Now, and also in here is also another item on dated on the 14th. It says Olivia Robertson, co-founder of the Fellowship of Isis, dies. Now, I never heard of the Fellowship of Isis, but maybe somebody needed to invent it. I don't know. Anyway, the last one here on the 14th says Quintus Thorne publishes Anatomy of the Heavens. In 1616, oh my God, and he was never seen again. That's what this says. Quintus Thorne, Thorn, publishes Anatomy of the Heavens in 1616, and he was never seen again. Now, it sounds to me like somebody offed him. Okay, I have a new deck here. It's called the Celtic Tarot. I bought it because I like the pictures on it. Tarot readers just have oodles of tarot decks because we like the art. So, in case the art is not exactly like I'm accustomed to, I have a little cheat sheet here. I hope I don't have to use it, but it has been known to occur. So we're going to do our best. I'm going to do my best. Okay, so we're ready, and I just cut them, and we're happy. And the first house is about what you're thinking about. Oopsie, Miss Virgo or Mr. Virgo. Well, Page of Pentacles, money. And it's a message about money because pages are always messengers. Holy moly. Guess what? Wow. Okay. Because this is what I call a face card, I draw a modifier. And what did I get? I got the High Priestess on this modifier. Kids, are you praying hard for money? Because she hears you. B, the High Priestess is your intuition, your psychic capabilities, your ability to read people when they walk into the room, your ability to read their faces, and don't think you can't, because you can. All you have to do is turn your radio on. Turn it on and wait for the messages to come in. Because if the radio's off, you can't hear it. You know that song, turn your radio on, turn your radio on, turn your radio on. And I get messages. And I'm giving them to you now. Okay? So there's some money that you want. And there's some kind of inkling that you might get it. Or B, you are stressed about it. So you're appealing to every entity you could think of to send it to you. Okay, second house is your own money. Wow, now this is another money card. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So first we had the Page, now we got the Knight. Wow, look at, she's riding Red Dragon. Let's see what this says. This is your house of money. The Queen of Pentacles. Stop it. You are all about the money. Oopsie. Wow. Okay. And you know what? What this is, whew, this is a conversation about money, and it very well could be an argument about money. You want to divide the money. You want your share of the money. You want more money. And, you know, the knife cuts both ways. It could be an argument or it can totally cut it off. So be careful what you pray for. Okay? Be careful how you insist. Whew. Okay. Third house is, communication. Your neighbors. Short trips. Telephone calls. Emails. Those kinds of communication methods. And what do we have here? We have temperance. So Virgo, you have come to learn that a kind and thoughtful response is welcomed and appropriate to people who are sensitive, let's just say, or concerned about a particular topic. And you've had enough practice at being kind and sensitive to other people. You're not necessarily the kind of people that just spout off nonsense. And so it means patience. You just have to wait, see how this is going to turn out. Fourth house is your home. Whew, 8 of Wands. This does not look good. All right, 8 of Wands. Now, I think it's a conflict card. Please excuse me while I refer to my secret documents. Where are they? 8 of, this is a messenger. Okay, I got that. That was easy. Something is coming for you. Something is coming for you. It's a message about your house, a message about changes in your house. And this person is looking forward to those changes. And this is a really pretty card. So all I can say is about, is that the Futhark rune? I think it's a rune there, and I think that's got to do with money. I should do my research first. Okay, but that's, something is either in action in your house, in activity at your house, or an action at your house, and it's setting the stage for the next event. Let's just say that. Fifth house is romance and creativity. And you got a slew of Pentacles card. Must be a money-making month for y'all. 8 of Pentacles is, I guess I have to look at it. In this picture, there are 8 Pentacles, some little rabbits, some fairies, and a fox and a deer. So I'm just going to have to, it doesn't look like my regular deck, so I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do this. 8 of Pentacles. And it says, know your skills. Gee, that card didn't make me think of that. So what, in the ordinary average deck, okay, this is an elf. And you know what? I think that he is taking a rest from his labor. And his skills are depicted by these items that have designs on them. So this, it's not a gnome. This gnome or fairy has worked very diligently on perfecting his craft. And so he takes pride in it. And he wants to continue to do that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's romance and creativity. So you spend a lot of time on improving your performance, your own. You don't need to be prompted. You're trying to improve your own performance at work and being a better so-and-so and a better this and better at that and better at that. You're continually improving, okay? 6th house is work and health. Wow. Work and health. This card signifies what's called self-surrender to higher wisdom. Now, self-surrender to higher wisdom can mean a lot like this to people, that I've been beat up so much I just can't take it anymore. I'm just not gonna care today. Not gonna care today. Oh yeah, like the We Don't Care Club. We don't care if we wear our pajamas to the grocery store. We like it. We comfortable. We don't care. And she crosses off the lines. I hope you get to see her. She's hilarious. Anyway, the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is actually a depiction of the god Odin, who's a Scandinavian god, and he had problems in his life and found that he made bad decisions that affected lots of other people. So in his peculiar brand of wisdom, he decided he needed to look at life a different way, or look at situations a different way. So he plucked out his own eye. And then he hung himself upside down in a tree for 9 days. This is an old Scandinavian Asatru. I think that's what the old gods are called in Scandinavia. If somebody knows the right word, please send me a message. And so right this minute, I think that every day you try to be better, and sometimes you think it's pointless because you're already doing everything's according to the book. According to your manual, you do this, 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 and this. However, there is a reason to be reminded. There is a reason to be reminded. So when you're at work, because this is at work, if you find yourself at a crossroads, just stay silent and observe the situation for a little bit longer. Self-surrender to higher wisdom. There might be lots of things that occur at work that you personally cannot change, and you probably have no authority to do that unless you can make a kind suggestion to somebody who's willing to listen. I don't know. Okay, some people don't like criticism, though. And they'll think it's criticism when it isn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7th house is marriage partnerships and business partnerships. Now, marriage partnerships and business partnerships. So this is an arch and displays a gateway to step through. And right this second, lightning has struck the top of this arch, and this arch is broken at the top. So the tower means there is a kerfuffle going on in your house of marriage, or whoever your romantic partner is, or whoever you live with. And there may be also a situation going on at work that may feel like it's threatening to people, threatening to your department because they want to eliminate your department, or the bosses want to cut the workers in the department, that kind of thing. So there's a kerfuffle that you're going to have to face in some degree or another. Now, it may not truly affect you personally, but be aware that you're made. Well, there's always goofy stuff going on. Oh, you know what this could be? If anybody out there is in the healthcare world, then this could indicate that when the new paradigm, the new regime has cut budgets for healthcare and food and lots of different things. So that could be what this is if you're in healthcare, and even if you're not in healthcare. Whew. Oh, God. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8th house is money from other people. Oh. Let me see what the 9 of Pentacles looks like in real life, because this one says it looks like that. I don't know. The 9 of Pentacles. Oh, I can't do that because you're looking at it this way, right? Right. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. Woo. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Oh my gosh. Whew. This is so different from that other picture than the regular picture. But what it means is in the regular deck, well, this person is depicted as a woman who is rich. She's full of love. She has these golden, beautiful baubles and floating around her, and they represent her dreams and ambitions, and they represent her hopes for other people. And she's wearing a beautiful flowy gown. But you know what? She looks like she has roots almost growing out of her dress. So she's not moving anywhere. She's happy where she is. She's in the original definition of this card. She's married. She has a house. She has children. She has money. And it's a very content married woman who's well off, who's reasonably well off. So look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alrighty then. So if your 8th house of money from other people means income tax checks, inheritance checks, lawsuit checks, did I say insurance? I don't remember. I say it so often. So 9 of Pentacles. But how does this... Okay. If you are able to get money from other people, great. But she's happy just like she is. So there may be a bonus check coming or an income tax check or inheritance check coming, but it'll be in the future. Because right now she's doing well, and it's not a life and death money to her. It would be money, death money, if it came from a person who passed. But it's not necessarily a life and death situation today. Okay, so now we're going to have 9th house of philosophy, religion, higher education, and long distance travel. Now, this is an excellent card of lots of people having fun. So according to this, you may or may not like to travel. But there may, even if you don't like to travel, there's still some places you might be willing to go. Let's say Paris, London, Rome. We can eat our way through Italy, that kind of thing. And these girls are happy. The people in this picture. So I think that there are the items in that category: long-term vacations, spiritual studies. So at some point in your life, you'll be able to take a breather and ponder otherworldly ambitions, otherworldly contemplations to help you explain the world around you to yourself. So this is an excellent card. So I think you're going to travel, just not today. If you can, make a list of places where you want to go and then hang it up somewhere. You'd be surprised how fast that will happen. I'm serious. Without you even being aware. Only because you wrote it down and you look at it every day. What happens? That's what happens. Okay. 10th house. Ooh, gosh. Ooh, this person looks like she's mad. So are you mad? Oh, yeah. She has picked up a little gremlin here and it looks like she's going to tear him apart. So there are lots of things that happen at work that I knew somebody used to say, it just torques my jaws. So she looks to me like she's really angry and frustrated, and she just cannot take one more day. So I'm sorry if your workload feels like that, and I'm sorry if the bureaucracy is enough to make you scream and pull your hair out. I'm sorry. Except that's what it is right now. Now, what did we say the 8 of Wands is? But it's opposite this card, which is a happy one. So try not to let it get you down too much. Okay, 11th house is, oh, look at that. Long-term plans and people that you know from previous employers. Now, a lot of people work at a place for 2 to 5 years and they leave it. They work at the next place 2 to 5 years and then they leave it. Some of those people who leave may or may not take the phone numbers of her coworkers with her, because maybe sometimes we don't feel like the people we work with are our actual friends because we can't tell them our secrets. But they may be pleasant companions at work, but you may not be interested in having a long-term outside of work relationship with them. So what this is a love card. So why? Oh, I'm going to say this. There's at least one person you miss from a previous employer, because this is a love card and this head is popping up here out of the water. You know why? Because it's probably a person you may have had a crush on, and it may have been mutual, but it was never acted on, but you still remember fondly the laughs you all shared at work, that kind of thing. And if you had his phone number or her phone number, you might do that. Now, there's a name for this cauldron here, but I can't think of it right this second. So I'll have to find out the name of it. It's very famous in Celtic history. Okay. 12th house. Oh, jeez. The 12th house. We have an ogre and a 4 of swords. These are pretty good pictures. Oh my gosh. But let me see what this card, because it doesn't look like my other cards. Oh, that was easy. In the regular deck. Well, I should have figured it out, because this ogre, it looks like he's leaned up against a tree and he's taking a nap. And he has 4 swords around him. So in the regular deck, it's a horizontal figure that looks like he's on a tomb, but we can see his face and he's got 4 swords. So he's taking a nap. So in the 12th house, which is your subconscious mind, it may very well be that when you go to sleep at night, you can no longer keep that running tape in your head. The aggravations, the next thing you have to do, and you have to do, and you have to do, and you have to do. And so you just want to go to sleep. So I think that's what this is. Oh, look at this. Now we got the 4 of Cups. Okay. Ooh, I'm going to have to pull out this one too. Hang on. The 4 of Cups. This card that I'm going to put right here has an effect on all of these, because it's sort of, we can't get through the table or through the diagram unless we go through this card. Because even though situations are opposite, they're still somehow related. Well, for one thing, your house, wait a minute, is this what it is? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Your home and your work are separate entities, and they may seem like they fight with each other. You love being home, and so good thing your home life is good, or lots of things about your off-work life are good, because when you're at work, you feel like you got flying monkeys all over. Okay, so 4 of Cups this is a person who's been reasonably satisfied with his or her life. And actually, he's praying to his Celtic gods and goddesses. Let's see, let me see if I can name one. Bridget, Cernunnos, he'd be the forest god, the god of the forest, the guy who has, he's dressed like a tree and he has leaves all over his face. That's a pretty cool character. And this one has a Celtic knot design over his head, which indicates to me that he's praying and he is really wishing for a boon, really wishing desperately hard for more, because these 3 cups they no longer can sustain his life or his situation, he thinks. So he needs some help from the other side. So I would tell him, did I tell you this? Maybe it was the other people. Burn a candle. Take a candle, a white candle, and take a ballpoint pen and just scratch in that white candle all the things that you want. Light it up. Well, set it in a fireproof dish, light it up, and let it burn. You'd be surprised how fast that'll work. But you have to do it regularly. You have to believe. Because if you don't believe it, you say, this stuff never works. Well, it's never going to work. Okay? So you have to be in the right mindset. Now, this card, because I wanted to put a modifier on it. This is not what I would call a face card, but I wanted to see what he's wishing for or why he's wishing for more. And what do I darn get? a dragon with 7 swords all tied up. So this is a conflict card. So now I'm going to have to draw another one, folks. Okay, so it looks like that the thing that you praying for here, one day is going to be unbearable to you. It just absolutely is. Oh, I don't think he knows. I don't think any of y'all Virgos knows how aggravating that is unless you saw this dragon right here. You just want to blankety blank out of there. Whatever they're doing to you. Oh, it's a situation that you feel like you have to win. Well, gee willikers. And if you can't win, look what's going to happen next. You're going to make a choice. Do you stay? Do you stay? Or do you go? Because here's the Chariot with the driver. Well, in this case, he actually has hands on the reins. In the rest of the decks, there's no hands on the reins. And these horses are of their own mind. One horse wants to go that direction. The other horse wants to go in that direction. So your final judgment has not been made. Your final decision has not been made, but there is one coming. There is one coming. What do we got here? The Queen of Cups. Oh, you need to talk to somebody, a good counselor. And what this is this little lady thinks she's in a regular deck. She's got a blindfold on, and her swords are held in her hands and her arms are crossed like this because she thinks she can't go anywhere. She thinks she can't move. In reality, all she has to do is put her swords down, take her blindfold off, which I failed to tell you she had one, and she'll be able to see where she is and what she'll be able to see the castle back there. She'll be able to see the water to take a boat over. She'll be able to pick up her swords and defend herself. So, Mr. and Miss Virgo, be prepared. It doesn't have to be terrible, but it'll be another change. And let's see what else we got here now. 2 of Wands. You're not going to like it, but I don't think you're going to feel like you have any other choice. So you're either going to leave your job. I shouldn't say leave your job. You're going to find alternative department, alternative duties, and you might be finding a new place to live because this money situation is, it actually boils down to money in this case at this time, okay? And fairness, I think, and duties and those kinds of things. Okay, so well, I hope that was enlightening. It sounds like you have your plate full, so to speak, and life, human life is just this way. So onward, stay strong, and put your thinking cap on and consult with your counselors, not with your friends at work, not with your family members. I always get it all over the family. So good luck with that. Okay, I love you. Thanks for joining Twisted Granny Tarot. Come back and see me next month, okay? Good luck. Bye.